met with Tony and his son, and we came up with the idea to do the Frank Sinatra song.
Uh-huh.
And it was called Perfectly Frank, and I went to New York and I cut the album with him. And it's funny about Tony, you don't have to get him to sing, you have to get him to stop singing.
So I heard.
Well, he doesn't even need a microphone.
Well, that's when you said that last week, I was cracking up, and then later on when I was talking to Richard, I told him, and he goes, "What, did you hear that right?" And I said, "Yes." Well, now you heard it. They had to tell him to be quiet.
Well, the other interesting thing is that, as you probably know this, but the audience may not, as karaoke grew in the late 80s, early 90s in the United States, one of the first companies to bring the music in brought a lot of Bennett and Sinatra and Martin and all those songs in their first series of discs. So a lot of the general public was singing this music because that's what they had to choose from. And in Japan, they sang a lot of it, too. Of course, they called him Frankie Sinatra, but they sang a lot of this music.
Well, I know that, and also the baby boomers are not going to go easy. they're not just going to fade away. They're going to be playing from Frank Sinatra to Jimi Hendrix.
That's right, and when they get on the other side, they're going to be doing it too.
Yeah, so it's very interesting, but I've been brought up under so many diverse genres that I just kind of borrow from all of them.
Uh-huh.
And the more awards that I'd win and the more Grammys I'd win, it didn't ingratiate me as much as it kind of let me know I was on the right track as far as the songs or the moods I was able to record that people liked. And also, I was very honored to do people that I grew up listening to in high school, like Gladys Knight and Tony Bennett and Nancy Wilson. I was able to do albums on these people, and Nina Simone and Milt Jackson from the Modern Jazz Quartet. I mean, as far as each record I do, when I was finished with it, I was like done. If I never did anything again after that, I was totally happy.
Now, Andre, we have to break in because somebody else is on the phone that would like to speak to you. And, Mia, are you ready?
Yeah, Craig, you're on the air.
Yes, I am.
Hey, Craig, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. Who am I speaking with?
This is Bev, the host of Let's Go Shopping with Bev, right here on KCAA 1050 AM and NBC News Radio. And Mr. Fisher wanted you to call in and say hello.
Hey, Mac.
Say hello to him and say hello to everybody in the area.
Well, hello right back at you.
Hey, Mac.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine. Hey, Bev, after all of the projects and accolades that Craig has garnered over the years, he decided after being a consummate professional to wind up going to Ohio State to get his master's degree.
Okay.
So you're talking to a student right now.
A student of what, may I ask?
Of music.
Jazz studies major.
Oh, fantastic. Jazz, oh, you got it. You can never go wrong with jazz, let me tell you.
That's my favorite music.
Yeah,
but
because
I also play the other stuff.
Pardon?
I said I also play the other grooves also.
Well, that's good. And, honey, you got to speak up a little bit. We got 5 people on the air here, okay?
I got you.
All right, thank you. Well, the one thing about jazz, I love that way back when with all the classics, Tony Bennett, Frank Sinatra, all of them. You know, back in New York, this is what we grew up with. And when I started hearing jazz, I really got into that. And what's fun about it is you can kind of make up your own music as you go along because of the beat. You know, the rules for jazz are different from what you all do with the words, the music, the melody, and what have you, and you have to stay on a certain key, right? But with jazz, you can kind of go off that track and still make it sound good.
Well,
sometimes she thinks she sounds good when she goes off track.
Yeah, now, if you're a little off key, it doesn't matter what music you're playing. You're a little off key.
Yeah, okay, you got me on that one.
Hey, Bev, if you're flat, okay?
Well, yeah, I'm not flat, but maybe not so high.
But she's always searching for her keys.
Oh, that's okay. No problem. With great musicians, they'll work it out for you. No problem.
Right, and Steve knows the joke. It seems like every time I'm leaving an event, I'm looking through my purse, which I call my luggage, and I'm going, Steve, where did I put my keys?
But Craig, could you tell Bev some of the folks that you performed with and recorded with?
Yes, I'd like to start off with the late, great Dr. Donald Byrd. I was fortunate enough to play on his album Places and Spaces, which was a #1 jazz album back in '77, I believe it was.
Uh-huh.
And the whole album I played on. And we're saddened about his recent passing here. But I've also played with another great trumpeter, Freddie Hubbard. I played on his Bundle of Joy album.
No kidding.
Also, yes, and I'm also the guitar player that's playing on Willie Bobo's album, and you probably heard of him, I know, being from the West Coast.
Yep.
Album Tomorrow Is Here. And I've also played on Marlena Shaw's album. I've also played on Aretha Franklin's album, which she has a jazz piece on there, Mumbles, and another blues song. That album by Aretha was called Sweet Passion, and the one by Marlena Shaw was Acting Up.
Uh-huh.
And also played on the flutist Bobby Humphrey's album, A Fancy Dancer. And one more jazz person, Johnny Hammond Smith, I played on his Gears album.
You are so lucky.
Yes. So I appreciate the opportunity to play a little bit different style of music than what I had been playing before with the Superfly stuff and others like that, Boogie Fever by the Silvers and so forth. And Leroy Hudson, can't forget Leroy Hudson, his stuff also.
That's a large body of work.
Yeah, and talking about Superfly, Steve, we were talking about that earlier, weren't we? Steve, are you there?
Steve dropped out.
No, we lost him? Oh, we got him? Okay, Steve, you there?
Hello?
Hello? Yeah, it's like on Who's on First? Yeah, Who's on First, Mia? And Steve, when they were just talking about Superfly, you and I were talking about that album yesterday.
Yes, we were. Yeah, it's an awesome show. I want to invite everybody to come out, to see this band because, and actually just sit there and absorb all this great music that's coming out of them because, it's amazing to sit there and watch somebody just do such a great job. It's really exciting, like I said, and again, they're approachable. You can get so close to that stage, unlike any other venue that I've seen out there where you're way out in the nosebleed section. This one, if you get there early enough, you can stand right in front of that stage. And, you're within arm's length of them. That's how good it is there.
Well, we wouldn't mind if we were just in the middle of everyone. For us, actually, the closer the better because it creates intimacy. And we love Curtis's music. The lyrics are wonderful, and we're very lucky that we were associated with him, and we're still able to play his music and honor him because he passed too soon. A lot of the folks that we've played with. Matter of fact, Craig and I are the only two people left standing associated with the earlier impressions when Curtis was alive and then when Curtis went solo. And we don't want to be the last two. So we're trying to carry this on.
I am so glad that you are doing that because of the joy that you bring to so many people and the age groups with all the generations because what you both of you gentlemen did is when you were working with all the bands, all the music, all the records, and on and on and on, you included everyone where there are certain groups that only, the 18 to 22 group, or they only do this or they only do that. And I want to thank both of you. Seriously.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome. And I'm going to pop in here real quick. Now, guys, if you want to find out how you can get your hands on tickets, all you got to do is call us here at KCAA at 888-909-1050. Again, that number is 888-909-1050. Mia's on the line. When you call, just give her your name, address, and phone number, and then you can come and pick up the tickets between Monday and Thursday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Again, to pick up the tickets is Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Come on in, show identification, and the tickets are yours. And the concert is going to be next Friday, March 1st. That's next Friday. I'll still be here in the station, but I'm going to be there afterwards. And it's at the Morongo. And you have to be 21 or older. If you're under 21, forget about it. Go somewhere else because you're not going to get into the building. And it's, you dress properly. No cut-off jeans, flip-flops, really dress up, guys, because this is a big deal. Pretend that you're going to your grandmother's house for Sunday dinner and you really have to dress up.
Yeah, but I don't dress up at my grandmother's house. I wear sweats.
Then you're not going.
My grandmother's a nudist. So anyway.
Hey, there you go.
Well, I don't know. Mia, when you went to Grandma's, did you have to dress up?
Of course.
There, see?
She wasn't having it any other way.
That's right. That's right. Go to Mass and then go over for dinner, or they came to our house for dinner. Yes. And the other thing, too, is last week when we were talking, we were joking around about the dress attire. And remember we were talking about the heels if we're standing or sitting, and we're going to be sitting. So the ladies now that are coming, a lot of us from the station, we know that what kind of heels to wear, what to wear, and we're talking about the bling bling, and everybody is getting happy about this. And two of the stores that we shop on, they're going, where are you going this weekend? Oh, I can't wait to see what you're going to pick out. So yeah, we're getting all dialed up for this one, honey.
That's right.
Yes, and before we have to let all of you gentlemen go, let's hear something else. Let's start with Steve first.
All right. Well, I want to invite everybody out to the Morongo Casino. This is a show you definitely do not want to miss. Get your tickets from Bev or give me a call. My number is 909-499-6800. I'm personally out of tickets, but I'll put you on the list. All you got to do is give me your name and your information, and I'll get the list to the casino to make sure that you guys can get in to see this great show. Like I said, I'm out of tickets already, and so I know that you're going to be pretty close to out of tickets in no time. And this is definitely the show that you do not want to miss. You go to any show this year, this is the one. Go see my good friend Andre Fischer, the entire band. And Andre, we got a lunch date because last time you were out, we talked about going to get some good Mexican food, so I haven't forgotten. I'll be giving you a call in a little while and make sure that we get everything in sync because I got a great place for you.
Well, I need some hot sauce, bad.
We're going to take care of you. It's great food. You're going to love this. And I want to thank Bev for allowing us to be on your show. You have a great show, Bev. And,
thank you.
And with great artists like this, I mean, it just goes sky's the limit with you, Bev. Thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your show.
Hey, you and I were buds. We work together, and we're such close friends. Steve, anytime you need something, all you got to do is pick up that phone and ask.
Thank you, Bev.
You're welcome. And
Bev, this is Andre. Thank you very much, dear. And thank you to the listening audience for listening to Shopping with Bev.
Thank you.
I might as well send you some drops. You're listening to KCAA, Shopping with Bev. So I'll send you some drops.
All right. Thank you. That's going to be fantastic. And, gentlemen, before the three of you go, Mia and I are going to put the three of you on the spot for a second. We're giggling like a bunch of hyenas. What are you all going to wear?
Well, I'm from back east, so I will have on alligator shoes. I will have on a very, very well-tailored suit and tie and shirt. And if I'm going to anybody's grandma's house out there, I'll be wearing something of that same because that's what they call the back east thing.
Oh, that sounds, I cannot wait. And are you going to have a hat?
No, not going to have a hat.
Oh.
I still have enough hair that I don't have to wear a hat. That is. But that's back east here. Now, see, you guys are laughing because you're in the nice, warm weather, and I'm back here in Columbus, and I just got out of class, and we're bunkered up with hoodies on and knit hats and so forth and so on. So, I appreciate the fact that I'm getting ready to come play at the Morongo. One reason is I get a chance to get out of school.
Yay!
Well, you can change that anytime by moving out here, so.
I'll think about that, but tuition is what it is, and so I'm locked up right now.
I see.
Well, I would like to tell everybody how much I appreciate Bev allowing me